the only one that notices as Tallulah from the very back pulls out her wand and looks like she's like going back to tie her laces, and she levels her wand dead ass at like the center of Evan's chest and is going to attempt to fire off a very offensive spell. So what do you want to do about it? Because this is now going to be an opposed roll between you and I am bringing out the box of doom. So excited. Trying to kill Brennan's character with his own box.
Damn.
So just reflexively, Dream shoots her wand out and throws up a protection spell, like the most powerful, pinkest bubble. Oh no, it's real bad. Okay, but wait, I get to re-roll my magic dice.
Thank God.
It's real bad though. Oh no, it's still real bad. Oh no! It's a 3. I got a 3. Oh my God.
Tallulah's fight is a D10 plus 1. So all I have to do is get a and I get to roll a magic die too.
Oh no.
Impossible for you to miss.
It's impossible for me to miss. It's just gonna be interesting to see by how much I hit you.
Okay.
And if I get both of you in the process.
Gotcha.
All right, oh, this is very, very exciting. That's an 8. And because I beat your difficulty by more than 5, this is going to be very fun for me. Thank you so much. You're standing there. You have no idea why, but all of a sudden, in like a flurry of like sparkly pink cotton candy scented mist, Dream stands in front of you, arms outstretched. Everything moves into bullet time. And you're not sure why, but you're overwhelmed by a sense of dread in this moment, even though you're like mid yelling a bunch of very well executed shit talk. And the voices in your head reach out and say, something terrible is coming, Evan. And not just for you. Can I help? Just a little. Please.
If I can, in bullet time, I go, who else is it coming for?
You know who.
I look at Dream in front of me. How bad?
Real bad.
You can help.
I'm sorry, I'm not very soft boy right now.
You're like incredibly hot.
Dream, can I be honest with you for a second? It's really hard for me. I think you're so cool, and I really want to be friends with you, and I really like you a lot, but all of your favorite things about me are my least favorite things about myself. So it feels bad all the time because everything you like about me is the stuff I want gone.
Well, that's entirely fair. I believe that I've been romanticizing this sort of image of you here. But really, in reality, I think that I was deeply uncomfortable with myself and the things that you seem to find so attractive about me. I think now that maybe I've accepted them a little bit more, that maybe we can come at this and look at each other and the strengths that we really do have. I mean, you're brave and you're kind, and you subjected yourself to going full Venom and not just kind of cute Tom Hardy to save me. So, I mean, while perhaps, you know, this sort of Kylo Ren to my Rey, or the Sasuke to my Sakura, or my Sherlock.
I'm a real guy.
No, it's true. And perhaps I can move past that now, and we can see the things about each other that are real and genuine.
Deep down, whether you're wearing black fishnet, crushed pink velvet. You're the person who fixed my leg without thinking about it. And I don't think that whatever you wear is ever gonna cover up how good of a person you are. Wear whatever you like. It doesn't matter if your heart is perfect.
I'm gonna look down at Rue as the time changes and say, Rue, I worry about you in the glade there in the open. There is space in my hiding spot for two if you would wish to join me.
You are asking me to go up there and stay next to your mud-covered body?
It would be an honor to make sure that you are safe here in the dark forest at night. And also, you are extremely visible and ruining my trap.
Oh, for a second there, Rue sort of like collapses a little bit.
Insight check to notice.
That's a 14.
Hob.
Mhm.
They looked a little crestfallen to not be held in a certain esteem by you in that moment.
I have make a look on my face if Rue wants to
Where?
do any. I'm like chewing on words that I'm trying to say as I see that I've hurt someone.
I mean only to say, your magnificence will be visible should the heart approach, and it would be an honor to keep you safe here, should there be any other beasts in the forest, and keep you hidden.
It's quite all right, Captain. It was silly of me to play along in this game. I am the game master, and this is,
Can I want to reach a long arm down and yoink Rue up into the tree.
Oh my goodness. Make an athletics check for me. Do you oppose this?
I just want to see.
17.
I like to swat.
Oh!
No, the SWAT immediately makes me let go. I get down from my hiding space.
Thank you, Captain Hobb. I don't know what I was thinking.
I've given you offense.
It's quite all right. I am out here wearing magnificent green outfit, and I do stand out. You're quite right. The objective is to catch the heart, and I'm just in your way. Please excuse me. And I turn to leave.
Like the fog, it's Hobbs' first bloom. There's something in the air. He drops down and feels ridiculous, covered in mud. This is stuff for the Goblin Pagoda. This is not stuff for a big event like this. And he wipes the mud and drops down and just looks at your back as you walk away.
You must forgive my confusion. It is simply that it would have been the first time.
I stop, and with my back turned to him, I say, "It's not your fault. The fault is entirely mine." And I slowly turn to look at Hobb and I say, "I deeply wanted to have a moment where I could connect with you, but I realize it's just not possible. And it's not your fault. You did nothing wrong. Your action just made me very aware of where I'm at right now. I'm so sorry. I've taken you away from the hunt and distracted you. I'm sure that if you would have gotten the antler and been victorious in the hunt. If you go right now, it won't be too late. You could still win."
I look up at my hiding spot. I look at the halberd in my hand. I take the strap and put the halberd on my back and walk towards you.
I'm a little taken aback there.
I see that you struggle with battles that I cannot see. My sight is limited. I am, as my commanders have just recently instructed me, I am in need of remembering that I can be a fool, often. You are a great Fae, Rue. Frankly, nothing could have prepared me to believe that the words of a goblin would hold any weight with you.
You're more than just a goblin. You are strong, courageous, fearless. You have a deep sense of honor and trust.
I know I'm working on it.
No. And I reach my hand to touch, but then I pull back, catch myself.
Did you want to hit me? You can.
No. These are good things. Maybe not for the Goblin Court, but they're good things for me. I have to go. I cannot be here. This is incredibly unbecoming of the game master to be here. I apologize profusely, and I will make it up to you in the future. But for right now, please go to them. Leave me here.
It's your turn in initiative. What does Hop do?
I'm gonna roll because I want, this feels important enough. I'm gonna say high roll is wild, low roll is honorable. It's a 9. I look at you for a moment, like you instructing me to leave you alone has hit some goblin nerve of not wanting to be told what to do.
If you command that I hunt, then hunt I shall, Master of Ceremonies. You deserve what you were seeking when we stepped into the forest together.
Oh,
And I jump back into my hiding spot and disappear.
By the way, you know a couple weeks ago when you gave me that hug? I hope I wasn't weird or like I didn't know where to put my hands, so I just sort of put them on the tops of your shoulders.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have never really touched a person that I have a crush on. Yeah, no.
This is the wrong time for this. And I'd like to grab him by his shoulders and just full on like fall out, like try and wrench him from whatever he's in.
And with a like, the shadows like disappear and the room is silent and still and you have your friend back.
I throw the wand away.
Dream and like holds his head in her hands, and she kisses him.
I kiss back, and it's so, but like, I think I do the full, like, arm, like, hand. It's like, so happy for a kiss, and like, I don't know where to touch your body.
Yeah,
and like, hands back.
And Dream like just a little like pop. She's like,
And with like a
because like she's like 5 foot nothing, and he's like 6 foot, and so it's just like
craned over, arms.
just the awkwardest fucking first kiss ever. Like,
Terrain too, like, kind of snuffles out, just looks out, walks over towards you. Like,
Pick up Terminator 2.
Oh my God, I have such a big crush on you, but I was just like,
I've never really actually, I talk a big game because I read a lot of fan fiction, but I really honestly don't know anything, and I don't even know if any of the fan fiction that those people write are even accurate anatomically.
I was so happy just to have friends that it was like, it's almost like you go to a fancy restaurant for the first time and you get breadsticks and you're like, I'm not gonna order a meal, I haven't had bread in forever.
Yeah, and you just fill up on it.
Maybe like minutes ago back on the beach, Captain Hobb was in a state of a little bit of disarray. He is in that state of disarray no longer. The most affected that I have been today is at Rue's transformation. Because I think that moved Hobb from a position of, oh, this like regal master of ceremonies, this like titan of the court of wonder, was so disgusted by my offer of affection that they sent their assistant to come duel me. And then seeing Rue's transformation, I think I have actually gotten some closure, and I think still arrived at a wrong conclusion. But I think Hob went like, what Rue was going through was so much more massive, and it just wasn't about you. Like, you just didn't matter to that person. Like, that person was wrestling with stuff that you could not have understood, and you had ideas about how much you mattered to this person that were the height of arrogance, and it was, you know, the bloom has been about so much more important things to them, and you were like a fool to elevate your station to the point that you like very much mattered to this person when they had the definition of other things on their plate. So I think Hob was like, you were a fool, that's all right, and is touched by their act of bravery and more smitten than before by an order of magnitude, but is very much like, the door is closed on that. Like that was about them, and you were, it would be amazing if they even remembered you, or it clearly was not important. So I think that closure allows Hob, as the Crystal Heart is announced, that he is unburdened by distraction. He has found the threat to his court, or so he believes. He has all those papers of the Court of Wonder being collected and waiting for him back. And you know, I think in my head, I just go like, an end to distraction, Captain. The Crystal Heart. But the Crystal Heart is not what he desires as he goes into the maze. He desires the same thing he instructed all of his salt goblins to desire, which is the other goblins. And as he enters the maze, I think I go, the goblins. And that's what he is attempting to find as he enters the maze.
Okay, before you make your roll to navigate the maze, I need you to make an insight check on yourself.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I am not good at insight.
We are
Against your own deception.
Against my own deception?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. In that case, green is deception, pink is insight.
Love it.
Oh my God. Green +2 deception is 5. Pink a 5 on the die, +1 for 6. I see myself.
And in that moment, you are saying aloud your orders in that way that soldiers know that, like, once it is put before you, there's nothing to do but pursue it. And even as you say it, and maybe there's a bit of the magic of this place showing you yourself as well, you get just a little breeze that ruffles the hedges that comes across your nose, and you smell peonies.
I stop in my tracks. I look in the direction of the wind that was carrying that scent. Do I see anything?
This is where I need the roll. You can decide what you want to roll. If you use Arcana, I will give you advantage.
Okay.
Or Nature, either one.
These are going to be low rolls, but I will roll Arcana.
He did the math in his head, like the statistics, and I think he chose that.
Ooh,
Dirty 20. Got rolled a 19 on the die, dirty 20 +1.
The breeze
It's like a
moves.
golf announcer.
Rolled a dirty 20.
The breeze moves from left to right, and your head instinctually snaps left in the direction of the breeze. And what you see is a hedge closed, but strangely, this like beautiful growing and deepening dome top is on like the far side of it, 20 feet away. As you're thinking, because that was a pretty close set of rolls, behind you as you turn and face this strange corner of the maze, you hear very faintly the sound of goblins giggling and running. They seem to be having a good time and sort of scampering about, but that seems a little farther away.
This is heartbreaking.
But it's there.
Hob on his digitigrade legs, those cat-like legs that have the ankle come up, so just the tip of the paw is sort of what touches the ground. He was already pressing into the earth, about to take a step in the direction of the dome due to pure enchantment. The smell of peonies, he didn't even He was reacting before he could think there was something deeper and more profound at work than orders. And then he hears the goblins. And I think had he not heard the goblins, this story would take a different turn. But the chattering of the goblins sounds enough like laughter, and a reproachful laughter of scorn and derision. And he remembers that the last time there was a challenge of the bloom, he forsook his duty to make room for something greater, and his reward was scorn and humiliation. And I think he turns to join the goblins, and in that moment knows himself a coward.
The masquerade falls away.
Oscar, you want to call odds or evens?
I'm gonna say odds.
Never been happier to roll in that one.
You rolled in that one? I watched it.
I rolled in that one. Hob has been eyeing Apollo all night, preparing for the moment to reach out and strike, to begin this duel. And I think he's also been looking at the Lords of the Wing, thinking to himself, I'm going to give the Lord of Peckersburg and the Lady of Cluckingham exactly what they want, which is some action. And the first boom goes off in the air, the first loud noise. And I think there's just enough of a gasp of people that were not expecting this, a little bit of startledness and a little bit of surprise, that Hob has always looked at his core and said, well, I'm a goblin, I'm ferocious, I'm terrifying. Whatever my impulses are their most feral. And in that moment of loud noise and a frightened gasp, the impulse that comes to Hob most, in a moment that surprises him too and makes him a little bit afraid, is he bounds with his mighty arms, leaps over a group to quickly surround Rue with his arms because he's worried for a moment for their safety.
Ooh.
Ooh. I do apologize for laying hands upon you, Master of Ceremonies. The noise, I worried that we were under attack. The loud noises, as a military man,
Your feelings are valid. Your feelings are, his feelings are valid.
That's what
Don't talk to me from
trying to say.
on. You're like, you just like, and there were mice. A fucking nightmare.
Sorry, what'd you call my partner?
I'm not afraid of you anymore. I've already seen as bad as it gets.
You should absolutely be afraid of me.
Fuck off.
The contract effectively states that I have information that might be actionable for you and of interest to you, and I will give it to you on the condition that you do not make any inferences based on that information. But rather, so once you have that information, you don't make any assumptions based on it. You don't, basically, that you're not allowed to, basically you're not allowed to think anything judgmental or critical once you get that information.
Okay, yeah.
Great, so no inferences, that's the clause.
Yeah.
If you please sign there.
Okay, I'll sign it, yeah. I sign it.
You sign it.
Yeah.
It turns into like bright fire and whips up into Ida's palm. So Lucien says, very well, some actionable information. At any waking moment outside of combat that you and I have been together, if you had tried to kiss me on the mouth,
I knew it was gonna be this. I knew it was gonna be
it would have been received favorably. Bear in mind, you are under contract and you are not allowed to make any inferences or assumptions about how I feel or anything else. You've signed that. That's magical law. So there's that.
Okay. I draft up my own contract that says, if you make fun of me, I'll freaking give you a wet willy.
You see, she looks at it and you see she says, legally, this doesn't necessarily have the structure of a contract. It's more of just a threat.
I kiss her and then I skateboard away.
Two young Sheldons making out.
I take her by the chin and I say, just so you know, I've never done this as myself before.
You guys kiss. The fire of her hair swells out as she becomes uninvisible. And you truly, do you skateboard away right away?
I skateboard behind a tree and then see what she thinks of it.
She looks over at you behind the tree and goes,
Wait, can I do a check to try and hide?
give me a stealth check.
Oh, I got pretty good. I got an 18.
She looks around and goes, is it normal for people to run away after that?
I think I slink out. I'm really sorry. I'm so used to being other people, and this is absolutely terrifying.
Can I get another shot at that? It was perfect. I think I can do better.
Yeah, why don't you show me?
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! I bless this union! Yes, sir!
I'm sure you have to report to the Goblin Court and debrief whatever it is that you do.
I think I was looking for clarity from Andhera, and Andhera to tell me something so that I wouldn't have to be afraid of rejection. But I'm holding this, rests within me. And this should be scary. I'm a goblin after all. So I approach and say, no word of any sort or kind did I receive at any point to indicate to me that there was sentiment as you have described. You asked me, and before you say if you did say indeed words, whether in writing or in speech, that simply never reached my ears, I take this moment then not to be certain, for I need you to hear this, knowing that I am uncertain of the world that awaits me when I finish speaking. You spoke to me of honor. Honor, to me, means something deep and profound. It is the pursuit of what is right when circumstances are against you. It is the doing of what is good and noble when the world conspires to prevent you from it. And in that sense, I have never lived an honorable day. Every service I have done has been the path of least resistance. Every suffering of mine has been because I feared and feared greatly. To disappoint, to earn scorn. Each day I have been a coward. And seeing you in this bloom, I have seen true bravery, without which there can be no honor. So, if you would let me act with honor for the first time in my life, I would ask you for your hand and for a kiss.
Honorably, I accept.
I lean in and I kiss Rue. I will stay in that kiss for as long as I can.
And I will stay to Faye. What is time? I'm gonna stay there for as long as I possibly can.
When the kiss ends, I step back and smile, weeping. You are beautiful beyond words, braver than the morning sun, which dispels the night. And there is one injury of yours that must be amended. And I plant my halberd in the ground, and I begin to undo my military coat. Leave my cap on the ground.
Okay.
I leave my coat. You said that you felt alone. Never here. Not while I draw breath. I renounce the Goblin Court in its entirety and forswear all oaths of loyalty to king and kin. If you are orphaned, then so am I. then you will never know a lonely day again as long as I draw breath.
You are all I need. And I go again. A big passionate kiss.
Big furry bugbear chests, 2 furry fairies in the